Hi. So we're going to be doing things a little bit differently today. I'm so excited for what I have planned for you. On Wednesdays, I've been coming live, excuse me, and doing a messages from spirit where I sit down, I channel spirit, and I share whatever it is that they are looking to bring through me at that time. And then from there, I take your questions. And it's kind of like a live Q&A style, and you can ask whatever it is that you want. And I decided to do something a little bit different today. So this is going to be a guided, meditative, and somatic experience. It's going to be completely channeled from spirit. And the purpose of this experience is learning how to get really, really present and grounded inside of your body, learning how to become aware of the feelings and the sensations and the thoughts that are there, and then understanding how to sit with that energy in order to allow for your truth to rise to the surface. So, really opening up to the deepest truth inside of you, your intuition, and everything that you're hoping to call in, because all of that stuff is available right here, right now. We just have to understand how to sense it because it's already there. The issue that we have from day to day is that we are so distracted up inside of our head and our thoughts are swirling. And we are not taught how to sit deeper than inside of our head. We're taught to think logically and critically about things, and that is so helpful in so many ways. But when it comes to understanding how to feel what's true for you, which comes from a felt sense, an intuitive sense, we have to understand how to sink deeper than the mind and really sink into the body. But what tends to happen when we do that is we feel a lot of things. And especially if we've been holding on to things for a very long time, that can become very uncomfortable. And our mind starts racing as an attempt. It's sort of like a fight or flight response, as an attempt to pull us out of that experience up into our head so that we don't have to feel what's there, because the mind senses that if it stays there, it's going to feel something very, very challenging and it's going to get sucked into that experience. And it's just a defense mechanism. That's all it is. But the trick is learning how to bypass that, essentially, which is learning how to regulate your nervous system. So what that really means is understanding how to breathe through that initial discomfort of sitting in the body, feeling what's there, witnessing your mind racing, and just waiting it out. And you might feel emotions rise to the surface. You might feel angry, you might feel tension, you might feel afraid, you might feel anxiousness. Like all of a sudden, the body starts reacting in a very almost like surprising way. And learning how to breathe through that, ride that wave until it dissipates. And then from there, all of this like lightness comes up to the surface, and you feel the tension ebb away. And that is where all of your truth comes forward. And it's always been there the whole time. I think that we often think about our intuition and our channel as receiving something, like like as if we're like a giant what are those big, oh my god, those big things called that receive like signals. You know what I'm talking about. It's not really that. um hi Arnie, happy Monday. um you're not really receiving things. You are picking up on awareness of what was always present for you. You just didn't understand how to perceive that it was there. That's what they're saying. And so when we say everything you need is already here, what that really means is that everything that you perceive to be available for you out there in the world, out in some future potential, out in some um, out in some opportunity that, should it go your way, you'll be able to access validation and pride and confidence and in your intuition and self-esteem or self-worth, or be able to let go of shame, all of that stuff that, or like in the form of success or money or relationships, or the way you physically look and appear to yourself and others. We perceive that is inside of those experiences that we'll be able to feel all of the things that we don't feel are available for us right now. But it's really the opposite. When you can sink below the mind and really sit with the body and feel what's present and alive for you somatically, meaning the sensation of energy and vibration and sensations and feelings that are there, you begin to notice that a lot of the things that you're searching for in the outside world are already available. All of those knowings and feelings are here. And once you can allow yourself to not only notice that they're here, feel them inside of you, and believe wholeheartedly that they're true for you, your ability to perceive those same experiences beyond you, outside of your body, in a future potential, become, I'm being told, become available for you, because you can't access a frequency that you don't allow yourself to feel or allow from within you first. We create from the inside out. We create in our image. And so everything that you're looking for is only accessed from within you. And then you go out into the world and you exist and you operate from that frequency and you create more of the same. But you're not creating pride. You're not creating confidence. You're just expelling it, expending it. And everything you're doing, you're showing up from that place. And so it just exacerbates what's already there. But when you operate from that energy, newness becomes available for you. New opportunity, new circumstances, new people come into your life, new avenues that you didn't see before. You jump on things that you previously held back from. So it seems like all of these opportunities and circumstances become available for you that weren't there before, but that's not necessarily true. They were. You just weren't able to believe that they were, and so you didn't see them. It's only once you can see what you're looking for inside first, then you begin to notice it outside of you too. And do you want me to use myself as an example here? They're like, why not? Okay, so I'm going to use myself as an example to drive this point home. For me, showing up in my business has always looked one way. It was always, I never wanted to come online. I never wanted to be a quote unquote content creator. I never wanted to make videos on YouTube or on Instagram. I wanted to work with clients one-on-one in a private setting, just me and them doing the deep inner work. But it was difficult for me to create those opportunities unless I put myself out there so that people could see what I could do and what it felt like to work with me. And so I started showing up more and more, but it never occurred to me to go and do something like this. It just literally never crossed my mind. I just didn't think it was necessary. I didn't think it was going to give me anything that I was looking for. I didn't see how doing something like this was going to lead to the work with clients that I wanted. And it wasn't until I started doing more and more of what I'm talking about, this inner work, releasing stories, feeling sensations, shifting my energy, feeling abundance, feeling my most empowered self currently sitting here now inside of me, that the idea to go live on YouTube even occurred to me. And it all of a sudden just popped into my head. And I'm noticing all of the missed opportunities before that weren't available to me because I couldn't see them. And what I'm referring to is the connection that I feel with you here right now. The opportunity to show up in a new way that's challenging and scary for me and pushing my limits. But I'm learning and I'm growing so much from doing this. And that wasn't available to me before in the way I was going about things because I just didn't see it that way. The avenue for that growth and that potential wasn't visible to me because I wasn't feeling my enoughness there. I was lacking confidence to do something like this. So, what I'm trying to say is the purpose behind what we're going to be doing today is learning how to sit inside of this stillness, recognizing how uncomfortable it can be to do that, learning how to drop from the mind into the body, watching as the mind circulates thoughts. If this is new for you, if meditation or visualization exercises aren't something you do regularly, you might find that your mind is very active. And that's okay. That's part of the process of learning how to quiet it down. And we're going to walk you through that today. You're going to learn how to notice sensations in your body, what it means when you feel them, how to allow them rather than trying to get rid of them, and why that's important to do. And then you're going to learn how to notice your energy from the energy that you have been carrying in your day that's just looking to be let go. And once you let that go and you can feel only your true vibration, that is when your intuition was going to open for you. That is when we're going to call in your deepest truth. Whatever that looks like for you, you might visually see something come in your mind's eye. You might just feel this warmth. You might feel an energizing kind of vibration. You might feel emotion like a release or like a calm or a deep love of some kind. That is all a form of intuition. And from that place, what do you want to say about that? Witnessing what's different. All they want to do today is show you the contrast between how it feels throughout the day, what your typical life feels like living inside of your mind and body, and how it feels different when you come back to the innermost layer of who you are, because that is where everything that you're looking for is found. All the confidence, all the certainty, all the abundance, all of the inner wisdom. It's all found there. And they want you to know that you're going to understand this as we go, but they just wanted me to introduce this activity for you. Okay, anything else you want to say about this? Okay. I want to give you guys an opportunity to ask any questions before we get started. So you can hop in the chat, ask anything that you want. This is not going to be super long. I just want to put that out there. This is going to be short and sweet. They don't want to overwhelm you. They don't want to take up too much of your time. They understand that for some of you, this is new and you're not really sure what to expect. And they don't want this to be something that feels intimidating, because it can. It definitely can. So then keep it really short and sweet, kind of like an introduction to what this is, and invite you into an experience of it, and then encourage you to continue if it's something that you enjoy. And I'm probably going to come back next week and do it again. So it's an opportunity for you to come back with me and we can do it again next time. And then at the end, you'll have an opportunity to ask literally anything you want about this experience, about what this is, what we're doing, why we're doing it, questions about your experience specifically. If you felt something or heard something or were challenged by something, ask me and we can talk it through, and you can receive real-time feedback and support so that you can take that forward and utilize that the next time you want to try this out, or just reflect on it throughout the rest of your week. Okay, so anything else you want to say before we get started? Anything else you want to say before we get started? Yeah, okay. They're just like, have fun. Oh, Stacy, I'm so grateful that you're here. I'm so grateful for all of you that are here, truly. Okay. So if there's no questions to start, this is your opportunity to find a comfortable spot. You can put your laptop or your phone beside you. You don't have to look at me inside of this. You looked at me enough last week at my frozen face. So you don't need to look at me for this experience. I encourage you not to have to look at me for this experience. Find a comfortable spot to sit or lie down and close your eyes. And just get really, really comfy, cozy. I'm just going to give you a few minutes to get settled. Yeah. You can lie down in your bed. And I just encourage you to find a place where you know you're not going to be interrupted, where you don't have to have like one part of your mind kind of waiting for someone to barge in or to distract you, if that's possible to do. And they just want you, once you're in like a comfortable position, they just want you to take a big deep breath in and exhale in like a really like big way. And just like allow the beauty of this experience to come through, of like how good it feels to just let it all go, to just feel the support of the floor, the bed, or the chair beneath you, and how good it feels to be able to just fully relax your entire body and know that the support of that structure is holding you. And they want to encourage you to remember that you're being held in more ways than one. You're being held physically inside of this comfortable container that you've created for yourself in this moment, but you're also being held emotionally, spiritually, and energetically in more ways than you can possibly imagine. And they want you to remember how often it feels like you lack that level of support, and how often it feels like the only support system that's there is you, and how hard that can be, and what a burden it can feel like to not have anyone to lean on, nobody to trust but you. And know that in this moment, you can let all of that ebb away, because you are being held through the spirit of love, unconditional love. And you are going to be so loved and so safe and guided inside of this experience. And to just have that reminder at the back of your mind if things get uncomfortable, that you stepped forward inside of this container today to be here for you, and Spirit is going to show up for you with that same enthusiasm and love and guidance. So I just want you to take one more deep breath in through your nose, and slowly this time exhale, just feeling all of the tension leaving your body and letting your body get really heavy, and almost feeling like the weightlessness of what that feels like to let all the tension go. And on the one hand, you notice the heaviness of what your body feels like when it's just limp. And on the other hand, the weightlessness of that feeling, the comfort of that feeling of being able to just let it all go and know that everything in this moment is perfect. It's exactly what you need it to be. And they just want you to think about what it is that you're hoping to get from this experience. And just set that intention for yourself, lovingly, openly, without judgment, without any sort of preconceived notions of what that could look like for you. And just visualize that intention leaving your body and drifting off into spirit so that the spirit can receive that and offer that for you today. And as you're lying here, they just want you to focus in your mind on a point of light that is directly in the center of your core, of your heart, the chest area, the heart center of your body. And just focusing on this pin of light that exists there right at the center of you. And this pin of light has a vibration to it. It has a warmth, it has an energy, it has a light. It's this beautiful, shining white light that gives off the warmest, most loving energy that you could possibly imagine. And this point of light, you're just going to focus your attention on it, how good it feels to recognize that it's there, to feel its energy inside of you, just giving off this incredible love that's just washing through you. And as you're here inside of this moment with this pinpoint of light, they want you to understand that this pinpoint of light is you. It's the truth of who you are. It's the source point inside of you. It is the essence of source consciousness as you, existing through you. It is the part of you that loves who you are, desires to be here as you. Whoever you are, as you are in this moment, is exactly what it wants, what it always wanted, and what it will always ever want. And there is no aspect of who you are or who you could ever become that would irritate this source point, make it angry or upset, make it frustrated, or make it feel anything but love for you. You can do no wrong. And I just want you to feel that, what that feels like, to know that there's nothing that you could ever do, say, or become that would ever cause shame inside of this energy. This beautiful point of light will love you unconditionally, always, regardless. And what it feels like to have that level of unconditional love, knowing that it doesn't matter who you are, what you do, what choice you make, what the outcome of your life is, you're going to be so unconditionally loved regardless, that there's no going wrong here. And everything becomes just play when you think about it that way. It's just one giant adventure, because with that level of unconditional acceptance, what else matters? And just allow that feeling to wash over you, that you know that with that point of light there, everything is okay and everything always will be okay. And there's absolutely nothing that you could possibly do that could undermine that. And the level of trust that that gives you, that everything could be okay or always will be okay. And what sort of confidence that brings through you, or what you think about doing that you previously may not have or wouldn't have chosen to do, that all of a sudden doesn't feel so scary. knowing that regardless of what happens, this point of light inside of you will love you all the same. No more, no less, because it can't possibly be anything other than complete. And just like breathing that, knowing in what that feels like to exist from that place, that everything is already perfect. And all you have to do is go out and experience your own perfection in whatever way you choose to. And it doesn't matter how many times you fall down and get back up again, it's all irrelevant, because all that matters is this unconditional source point of love and compassion that will always be there. And they just want you to recognize how often it feels impossible to come to terms with this feeling when you move through life from the human perspective that you've been taught, and what it feels like to forget that that point of light is there. How alone it can feel, how frustrating, how scary, any anxiousness that all of a sudden comes up, feeling this separation as this source point sort of fades into the background a little bit. And you remember all of the tough decisions that you have ahead of you, all of the pride at stake, all of the opportunities that you may squander, all of the things that you're hopeful to accomplish but not sure that you can or not sure how, all of the things that you want to do in your life that you may not ever get to, or all of the missed opportunities that you let fall by the wayside because you didn't feel you were ready for, or they were right for you, or you just couldn't live up to your own expectations of you. And the heaviness inside of that reality. And they just want you to notice any physical or emotional sensations or experiences that arise when you think about it from this perspective, the perspective that you tend to carry day in and day out. Is there any heaviness or tension in your chest? Does it feel like it's harder to breathe deeply? Do you notice that your breath has become more shallow? Do you notice that you're clenching your fingers, your toes? Is your jaw becoming a little tight or your shoulders tense? Are you clenching your butt cheeks together? Does it feel like there's a knot in your stomach? Or does it just feel like a heavy feeling? Like kind of an irritating feeling, and all you want to do is go back to that point of light inside of you, and you find yourself searching for it. Where is it again? How do I get back there? And they just want you to stay here for a moment. It's okay. Don't try to find your way back to that point of light. It's still there and it will always be there. They just want you to stay inside of this moment right now, inside of the humanity that you carry inside of you. And all of the dread and all of the sadness, the overwhelm, and the loneliness of that. And just breathe. We're not trying to escape it. We're letting it be here, because your humanity is a part of your human experience. And this part of you that feels these things wants to be supported too. Just like spirit is here supporting you, you also have a job to do in supporting you. And that's all you're doing right now, is you're becoming that loving, supportive space for this heaviness to just be here. This heaviness is showing you what you've been carrying and how easy it is to forget that it's there, to become overwhelmed by it, and to remember that there's more, that there's openness, that there's love, that there's trust. This heaviness comes in and takes over and becomes your everyday. And you're just going to breathe. And they want you to just open your heart to this heaviness, because this heaviness is just the part of you that didn't realize how easy it was to forget who you are, who you really are, and what you're really here to do, and how much more there is inside of you. It's just the inner child inside of you that got swept up inside of belief systems that were never yours, but that you took on because you had to adapt to your environment and you wanted to do a good job. You wanted to live up to the expectations that were placed on you. And of course you did that. Of course you did that. And it's not wrong to do that. And it's not wrong to continue to do that. We're just noticing what's here. And you're just going to open your heart to this heaviness and just let it know that it's okay that it's here. It's just a reminder of the pressure that you feel, the pressure that you believe is important to feel, so that the love that you're searching for can be offered more freely. Because this part of you didn't remember that the love was unconditional. And that's okay. It's okay to forget. And you probably will forget over and over and over again. And every time you forget, it's an opportunity to remember again. And once that remembering comes in, you can fill this heaviness with love and let in all of the love that's here. And what a beautiful experience that is to offer that to yourself, not only once, but over and over and over again, as many times as is necessary. Because every time you do that, you come back to you. And why would you want to come back to you only the one time when you can do it effortlessly and endlessly? And just breathe and just feel what that opportunity, that choice feels like, to know that moving forward from this experience, there are going to be many times where you forget. You forget how heavy the energy is that you've been carrying and how easy it is to let the love in. And then you remember. And the excitement and the opportunity and the joy inside of that remembering and the option to choose it. And so that's what we're going to do now. We're just going to soften and remember that point of light that's here. And that point of light loves you unconditionally and isn't ashamed of the heaviness. It doesn't care that you forgot. All it wants to do is remind you that love is here. And you can come back to it anytime you want to. And now you might have this duality inside of you that's present. This heaviness that maybe hasn't dissipated fully, but also this love that's also here. And there's these two parts of you, the light and the dark, the heaviness and the love, coexisting. Because that's what we do. We coexist. We feel all parts of us. And in doing so, we feel our wholeness. We feel our spirit, and we also feel our humanity. We feel our love, and we also feel our hurt. And that is the beauty of who and what you are, is the ability to feel all that you are. And sometimes that's going to be easier than others. But it is the forgetting and then remembering that makes this experience so wonderful. So in this moment, you're just remembering. You're remembering that all is welcome. And the relief that comes inside of that welcoming, inside of the allowance of all that's here, that you don't have to suppress anymore. You don't have to get rid of anything. There's nothing that you have to release or do or fix or change. You just have to be. Be willing to be. And they just want you to lie here inside of this beingness. Just breathing deeply, just feeling everything that comes through right now, all of the thoughts, all of the sensations in your body, the awareness of what's here, and the awareness that maybe there's more. There's more to be realized in time. There's more to be experienced in time. But it'll be experienced in opportunities like this, when you just allow it, when you welcome it in, and you notice that it's there. And I just want you to lie here with this experience of you, regardless of what it is. And just let this wash through you. And remember the intention that you had set for this experience. And just allowing that intention to rise to the surface. And just notice it. Just be here with it. And whatever that intention was, they want you to allow it to be noticed. What if it's here right now, and all you have to do is be open to witnessing it? And as you lie here with this open heart, feeling whatever heaviness remains, just set the intention to receive that intention that you set for yourself. And just feeling it materialize in whatever way it wants to. You don't have to try to get anything. It's already here. It's waiting for you to recognize its presence. And just breathing, noticing your desire to figure out how to get it and where it is. And then remembering that source point inside of you, because that's where it's going to be found. And just sitting here with that beam of light inside of your heart center, and allowing whatever truth, whatever knowing, whatever message, or whatever perspective wants to surface, be seen, felt, and understood. And just breathe. Feeling whatever recognition washes through you, and noticing how quickly the mind wants to doubt, and whatever fear or frustration it wants to feel, and just letting that be here. In this moment, all is welcome. And perhaps that's the beauty of the intention that you set. is to see and feel the big picture. And the big picture can only be experienced through the allowing of all that's here. Knowing that if there was any degree of uncertainty inside of whatever it was that surfaced for you, that we can clear that up in time. You'll receive everything that you need in time. And it doesn't matter how long it takes you, because this pinpoint of light loves you so unconditionally. All it wants for you and of you is to feel that love too. And it's inside of that love that you can't go wrong. So I just want you to take this moment and just have gratitude for this entire experience and your willingness to have it. And just breathing deeply, thanking this pinpoint of light for always being here, always guiding you, and always being a reminder of how much love is here and available for you, regardless of how often you need to come back to it, and regardless of how often you may forget to. I just want you to take a moment and thank the heaviness that was here too, because it took a lot of courage for it to be surfaced. It isn't often given that opportunity to be felt and held, and just having compassion for its willingness to. Knowing that regardless of what happens and how often it's seen and felt and surfaces inside of you, it's just a part of the human experience that makes this world so important, because the ability to feel every part of you is exactly what makes this experience so wonderful. Is the perspective that it offers you and the ability to come back to what's true. And finally, thanking you, the desire to be here, the willingness to be open to whatever this experience offered, and the reminder that this is just one experience of so many that you're going to have. And the openness that comes inside of the willingness to have it. And just feeling all of that tension being sucked into this pinpoint of light. You're just pulling all of the heaviness, all of the tension, just visualizing it being sucked from your extremities, from your toes, from your fingers, up through your legs, up through your arms, through your torso, down from your head, all being sucked inside of this pinpoint of light. And the more this pinpoint of light sucks in all of that energy, the stronger and brighter it becomes. And it just keeps growing and growing and growing until it fills your entire body with love and warmth and light and a reminder of what's here, which is all things, everything that you've been hoping for, everything that you've been searching for, and every part of who you are, as well as your willingness to feel, experience, and be all of it. And as you lie here, just filled with this beautiful light, just remembering that spirit is all around you. They're just wanting me to do some quick energy work. Sure, they're just filling your body with energy, with love, with communication, just lighting up all of your chakras, tending to where there is a need for attention, You might feel them around you, and they're here if you're open to it. So just if it's something that you're open to, letting them just integrate this experience for you, you can just let them in. Just tell them I welcome you. They're just kind of wanting to seal this experience up for you and help your system integrate it. And now they want to remind you of the floor or the bed or the chair beneath you, that hard supportive surface that's been holding you, cocooning you this whole time. Just becoming aware of it beneath you, holding your body, slowly moving your limbs, slowly opening your eyes, and coming back to this present moment. And just taking a breath and taking as long as you need if you want to write down any reflections from this experience that you want to make sure you don't forget. And I'm here to answer any questions that you have. If there's anything that you want clarity around from this experience, if there's any guidance that you're looking for from whatever it was that you experienced, just ask. And if you feel complete, you're welcome to sign off or just stick around and observe. But thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through this. It was my pleasure. And I am here if you need me. And I'll just give you guys a few minutes to get sorted. You guys did so great. I was feeling you as we were going. If you want to share what that experience was like for you, I would love to hear it. Oh, I'm so glad, Sharmila. So nice to see you back again. I love that you're tuning in from so far away and yet all at the same time right here. That's such a beautiful thing. I'm so glad that you enjoyed it. And I'm here if you want to share anything specific with me about what you enjoyed specifically. I wasn't 100% sure. And when I say I wasn't 100% sure, I had no idea what this was going to be or where this was going to go. But it was something that again, spirit was kind of nudging me to do. And so I showed up and I trusted. And so I also was feeling into what was present for me the whole time. Arnie totally went deep within, felt like driving through space itself. Thank you, love this. Oh my God. Wow. Seemed like you had a pretty incredible experience. I love that for you. That's amazing. Does anyone have any questions about the intention that they set? Not sure if it was something that you were able to perceive or receive. Stacy, thank you so much. I asked to feel peace, and I definitely do. I think it was important for me to recognize how I hold that tension. That was an amazing experience. So glad. Yeah, I just want to ask, Spirit, is there anything else you want to say to tie this up, to tie this together? Yeah, they're just saying like they want to remind you that it's not important necessarily to, what do you want to say about that? Discern. I'm not clear. What do you want to say? Say that one more time. What did you want to say? It's not important. They want to say this, that not to put pressure on yourself to have experiences like this all the time. And it's not necessarily about having like an extravagant metaphysical spiritual experience when you do any kind of meditation or inner work. It's really about coming back to the present moment and feeling all of the things that have been trying to get your attention so that you can begin to form a rapport with every single part of who you are. And they're showing me this image of like a piece of glassware that's been broken and shattered. And we tend to move through life with this um, experience of ourselves where we have all of these different parts and we're experiencing them separately, and sometimes we're more attached to this one, or sometimes we're moving through life from this perspective or feeling this part over here. And it's about slowly bringing those pieces together and gluing them back together and creating this wholeness once more, so that it's not that those individual pieces disappear into the wholeness that we are, but we can still see them. We still see where each shard of glass had been separated and broken apart. So it's not about getting rid of a part of who we are, or releasing a part of who we are, fixing a part of who we are, or undoing a part of who we are. It's about bringing those parts together, being able to see them and feel them and allow them to be there. And inside of doing that, we feel our wholeness, we feel our completeness, and we come back to that point of light that exists inside of us, which is unconditional self acceptance. And it's from that energy that we perceive the joy and the beauty and abundance that we seek, and create a life in alignment and intention with that energy, because we allow that energy to be the guiding force inside of everything that we do. And although we don't always see the benefit of operating from that place, we feel it. And it is inside of feeling that energy that we create our reality, because we feel aligned within it and complete within it. And that is the ultimate destination that we're all seeking and searching for and chasing. And you are coming back to the truth of how it's truly accessed, which is within. Arnie, very relaxed and peaceful now. Perfect. Okay. Is there anything you want? I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to ask any additional questions that you have. And in the meantime, is there anything you want to say to sum this up for them? Yeah, they're feeling a lot of hope and motivation and like courage from inside of you guys, and they want you to explore that, because very quickly we tend to revert back to um, how we felt previous. And so they want you to utilize this energy inside of you, like this inspired energy that you're feeling right now. Utilize it. Be from this place. Like, what is it encouraging you to do? Where are you feeling drawn to go? And don't feel pressured to do anything yet, but just notice. Like, let it guide you, let it motivate you, let it inspire you, and see where it leads you. Okay. How do you help people like you are now without absorbing their emotions into your own body field? Oh my God, Stacey, that is such a good question. I'm going to ask them, like, how do I answer that? They're saying, I feel it, but I don't become it, because I have grown to understand what's mine from what's not mine, and I don't feel overly responsible for protecting or saving or denouncing myself in order to help or support another. And so I can feel someone else's experience, but I don't feel responsible for it. And that truly honestly comes from learning how to be okay having my experience. And when I'm struggling and I'm challenged, I understand that that's not a problem. It's uncomfortable, but it's okay. And all of the growth that I have experienced has come from challenge, has come from frustration, and learning how to be with it and explore it and allow it. And so when someone else is having their experience, I don't feel the need to save them from it. I know that it's uncomfortable that they're feeling it, and I just let that be okay. And any discomfort that evokes from within me, I I regulate internally. And it's just been like a skill set that I have developed. And over time will continue to work on. Yeah, God, such a good question. Thank you for asking. I hope that answers your question. Please do this again. Oh my God, great. Hi, Kevin. Arnie, I'm so glad that you enjoyed it enough to want to do it again. I will absolutely do it again. I was planning on doing it again next week. I was planning on moving forward, at least for the time foreseeable future, coming live Mondays, doing this, and Wednesdays, doing messages from spirit. At some point in time, maybe the energy will shift and I'll adjust something or fix something. But for now, that is where I foresee this going for the next little while. And every experience is going to be unique on Mondays and Wednesdays. So as long as you're enjoying it, oh my God, I'm going to keep doing it. Absolutely. And I welcome any and all feedback. Any and all feedback. Stacy, thank you. That's very helpful. Is there any tips to understanding what is mine and what is another? Yes. Continuing to feel your own. I I have been doing this work now for 5 years, and only last year did I start to be able to understand that I was feeling so much of what was not mine, and now I'm learning how to recognize that. It's just but it comes with time and comes from doing these exercises of like understanding what you're feeling. The more you become attuned to what you're actually experiencing, the more you become aware of um, one, what you don't want to be experiencing, and two, what doesn't feel like yours because you're so used to tuning into what's yours that when something feels like it's a little bit off or a little bit foreign, you'll notice. And so they're just saying, like, keep practicing, keep tuning into your own body, feeling what's here, opening up to awareness and acceptance of what's there. And when you begin to feel things, like you'll start to feel more nuanced sensations. And we're going to explore this over time. This was like a very introductory experience. And so as we go, we'll go deeper and deeper over time. So this is going to be like an adventure for all of us. You're going to start to feel the nuances inside of your own energy, and then you're going to learn to be like, is this mine? And ask it. And you'll notice that it'll feel a little bit intrusive if it's not yours. And you'll just say, I'm letting that go. And you'll feel it dissipate. And you can start practicing that, setting the intention. I like to create a bubble around me, visualize like a gold bubble around me, and just say, I'm setting the intention to only feel what's mine. And anything that's not mine just bounces off of the bubble and is sent right back to wherever it came from, and just moving through my day like that. And with that intention, just having the awareness of not taking on what's not mine and learning how to feel when I accidentally do. It'll come with time. time, patience, awareness, and willingness to be, is what they're saying. Amazing question as always. Stacy, I would love to do this again. Perfect. So would I. And you're welcome to rewatch this as well if you want to revisit it. And I'm going to be uploading another similar experience to this tomorrow. Not a live, but something that you can watch. If you enjoyed this, the Guided and Grounded video series is very similar to this. And so you can kind of peruse that as well if you're looking for something. Just see what catches your eye and try it out. And I will see you guys on Wednesday. You guys are amazing. I almost swore. Sorry. I actually do have a pretty big potty mouth. I try to reel it in for stuff like this. Have a great rest of your day, your morning, your afternoon, or your evening, wherever in the world you are. I'm sending you so much love. And I will see you guys on Wednesday for Messages from Spirit. Thank you so much for joining me for this experience, and enjoy the rest of your day, your week. Bye.